Wow, I am live. Hot dog. Hello, everybody. Mr. Ed here on a unexpected Saturday afternoon visit. This afternoon or this morning, I went and I spoke at a little pollinator convention right in Mandeville, about 20 miles away from here. And then after that, good time Charlie and I, we went and started uh, went and looked at two prospective bee jobs that we're going to be doing. In fact, we're going to be doing one on Monday and one on Tuesday. Uh, it is super, super, super crazy busy with the bees right now between swarm calls and removals. It's just uh, every day this week I'm doing something, and it's taken me a long time to to do that. Merlin, how you doing, Larry? Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Larry, I didn't even know that you were a beekeeper, and then you tell me that you got two hives. Hey, Steve, thank you, brother. Steve, thanks so much for being a member. Thank you, Steve. After all that work on the 8 foot hive, yeah, Charlie's just fine. Charlie's fine all the time, except right after it. Jonathan Flint, the bees are bringing in a lot right here in Pumpkin Center. You're just up the road, Jonathan. Wow, Chaser, hello, Jeff. Hope you're doing well. Awesome. Hey, Deborah. Deborah, thank you for becoming a member. I was really surprised when you did that. Thank you, Deborah, for that. Joy Doyle, howdy from Oregon. Teresa Soko, hello, everybody. Wow, hey, thank you all so much for stopping by. So when you're not even expecting to stop by, it's just like I wanted to go live today. Let's see, Leonore C. Oh, you got some stuff from the gift shop. Richard Biner, hello. Wade Barnes, hey Wade. Stu Williams from Prince George, British Columbia. Wow, Joma Cambra from Barcelona. I know I messed up your name. I'm sorry. Ether Jules. Hola, Mr. Ed. Lane One. Hello from New Mexico. I really appreciate you all. Just I know you got the notification 2 minutes ago, and then boom, you come on. It's like I know you. Everybody is busy. Everybody is busy, and I really did mainly want to come on today because I've been very, very remiss in my thank yous and also for my apologies as well. J Rock does stuff. Love your videos. Thank you, Jay. I love the quilt behind you. So Teresa, that quilt right there, and I know she's going to be upset with me because I've been telling her I'm going to get the camera to show her the close-ups on it. But Mona made this quilt for me, and it was this year or last year, and I was able to get a bunch of big YouTube personalities to sign some of those little hexes. Uh, just all over. World famous Mike Barry right here, Cayman Reynolds right here, Gary Atkinson's, a lot of Bob Walker, Joey Rouse, JP the B man. There's a lot of great YouTubers signed that, and I still have a couple extra spaces to put people. So Mona made that for me. She got a lot of time in it, and the other quilt that she's made for me recently, and this is one of the things I've been very, very remiss. What's going on in the honey house that we painted the walls. I started putting up the labels, and I haven't been able to complete that whole process of getting our labels up on the wall. And I really feel terrible because I've got people that sent me labels a year and a half ago, and I still really haven't been able to thank them properly. So I'm hoping to just get one video out just after all the labels go up and thank everybody for sending me their labels. So, and then also in there, the other quilt that Mona made for specifically for the honey house. This is for the office, but the other one is for the honey house. DCBs. And South Cumberland Mountain Bee Works. Barry Hombrock. Hello from Tennessee. D'Amico from Italy. I know you were over there, Mike. I can't believe. So this Mike D'Amico is one of the guys. I worked with Mike 25 years at the post office, and he is one of the charter members of the Arkansas Adventure Team. And I know he's in Italy right now, and here he is watching my videos going live. Thank you, Mean Guy. Oh yeah, that's his name, Mean Guy. So I'm Mr. Ed. That's Mean Guy, Julio, Randy. You know, we all got names. We all got names. Steve Amos been installing 4 nukes from Ashby Farms. Man, I met Ashby when I was at the Nobby this year, and what a great guy, him and his wife. And rearranging a bunch of stuff. Just had lunch, and boom, Jeff is live. Yeah, you are living large, huh, Steve? And I know that Ashby has those Aurora sensitive bees. So that's him and Corey Stevens. I mean, these guys, I got a lot of respect for these 2 guys and them and as well as all those people that are doing the research on Aurora sensitive hygienics. But it's you got some great bees there, I'm sure. Look at that, Eric Hartman. Now, Eric Hartman, he and I, when I first moved back to New Orleans in 1969, Eric Hartman was my first buddy up there, my fishing buddy, my everything buddy. We were in the same class. So, Eric, thank you for stopping by today. Tom TFT. Tom, I'm getting ready to talk to you a little about you in a little while to talk about all the nice presents that you sent me. So stay tuned. I'm glad you joined me this afternoon, Tom. Thank you. Jessica Fairfax. Locusts, raspberry, blackberries, and blueberries blooming in Virginia now. Wow. And Pawpaw, 80s starting to mar here. Wow. He's 80 years old, goodness sakes. Grandma Laurie, good afternoon from Oscelata, Florida, Mr. Ed. Good afternoon to you, Laurie. So, and I'm telling you, before I really start talking about anything, I really have to get to, like I told Thomas, to get to these thank yous that people have been sending me since the last time we went live. In fact, the last time we went live, I meant to talk about it, slipped my mind. So I want to do that the very, very, very first thing. DCPs. Tom, do you run the Slovenian hive setup? I don't even know if Tom has hives. I know he watches me. Tom, all right, let's get to that. Let's get to that right now. So Tom is Tom TFT. He's from Slovenia, and he sent me a care package. Well, first, I'm gonna read you the letter that Tom sent. He said, "Hey Jeff Horchoff, Mr. Ed. Hello, I'm Tomas Majesic. I'm from Slovenia, a small country in Europe. I'm a YouTube follower. I love watching your videos on YouTube. They are very informative and interesting. Thank you very much. I'm sending you a gift in packages." And let me show you what Thomas sent me. So it was the first thing he sent me was this nice magnet for my refrigerator from Slovenia. Look how pretty all that stuff. What a beautiful looking country that is. Then he sent me a whole pound of coffee. Mona is gonna love this stuff. I'll drink some too. And then some chocolates, and also some cappuccino chocolate to spread in your cappuccino, and also some sugar. And it's all from that Bar Cafe company. I guess that's a Slovenian company. Thomas, thank you very, very much for all these gifts that you sent me, as well as for being a subscriber and watcher of my channel. Thank you all very, very much. Look at that, Kodiak Farm. Lee, I haven't talked to you in a while. Vlad, hello. Let's see. Richard Biner, which swarm lure is working the best for you? You know, there are all kind of attractants out there, and they all work. They all work. And so I don't really say one specific. I mean, I've used Swarm Commander, Swarm Hustler, but my all-to go-to will always be there is lemongrass, plain old lemongrass oil. It works. It's worked for me for years, and that's really what I put in my traps is that. So use what you want. I mean, I highly recommend using an attractant to bait your trap, as well as old brood comb, old equipment, and what else? The lure, and then I always say a prayer after. That's always my little secret, saying a prayer. Horse tuna, hello. All joking on the last side. I'm waiting eagerly to hear from the local urban beekeeper. Well, I don't know who the local urban beekeeper is. That's the guy by your house that you're supposed to get the bees with, I assume. Does anyone make lure out of dead queens and lemongrass? I know the dirt rooster, that's one of his tricks. And it's not so much that he baits boxes, but I was with him on a removal years ago, and he had a vial of dead queens in it, 20 or 30 of them, in some just regular alcohol. And he took that stuff, and we had done the removal. The bees had run up into a corner of the piling that it was on, and he smeared that stuff on the piling itself, and those bees just ran right down to that stuff. So it definitely works. The queen pheromone, even if they're dead, it still works. And he had it mixed with some kind of alcohol. I don't know which kind. Old equipment is, yeah. I'm a big fan of using old equipment. Tom, Slovenia is bee country. There is a lot of beekeepers. Well, Tom, are you a beekeeper over there as well? I've seen a few videos of old school beekeepers making lure out of dead queens. Well, the dirt rooster was the first one that I saw use it, and it did work. Using new used frames. What's a new used? What is that? Oh, I got you. I got you now. Well, when it warms up, you'll get it. You'll get it too then. So Lee and Steve are having this big conversation. I started working 13 and 1 Monday. Oh no. I know. So Lee is a crane operator, and he works all the time. So that's why I can't believe that he, almost every time I go live, Lee will come on, because I think that what he does is when he's lifting up all that stuff with his crane, he's watching YouTube. That's what I'm thinking. Brian Baker Bees from Pride. How are you, Brian? Good to hear from you. So that's what it is. 92% ibuprofen and 3 dead queens. Maybe you should drop a couple more dead queens in there, Steve. Are you and Rooster gonna have swarm comp? We are having our swarm competition. He is whooping my butt bad. I've been so busy with our bees, working our bees, and I'm gonna talk about that. I'm turning down swarm calls because I can't get to him, but I know he's turning down swarm calls as well. So I think he's got like 12 or 13, and I've only got 9. He's whipped me bad. But if we would have been able to go to get all the ones that we could have gotten, we would probably been 25, 30 by now. This has been the most active year for swarms and cutouts and bees that I can remember in 5 years. It's incredible year. Alexander Willen Lufgreen. Do you do your own honey bee gone? No. I use Honey Bandit that I buy from Man Lake. It's expensive, and it's really the only thing I buy from Man Lake anymore, because they're the only ones who produce it. But that stuff, to me, that's the stuff I will always use. Gunline Bees, good to have you on. Well, thank you for dropping by, Horse Tuna. Thank you. Eseric 70. So tell us about that huge hive removal from the house. Dying to know you found the queen. That one that Charlie and I did, it was posted yesterday, but we had done the video like 2 weeks ago. And no, there was no queen in that. I did introduce a queen into that hive, and they took it. But we had so many bees in that box, I've already added a honey super on that one. That hive is just phenomenal. But lately, the hives that I've been getting from these cutouts, they're all big. They're full of honey. It's just been an unbelievable spring so far this year. The good thing about, or the funny thing that nobody got to see except for me in that video, when you see all the bees attacking that camera Charlie's holding, nobody got to see that except for me. And I'm telling you, there was literally a cloud of bees, not around Charlie, it was just around the camera. They did not like that camera at all. Christine Scholar from Australia. Wowee, hot dog. Tankin in space. Have you ever had buckfast bees? Now, I know what buckfast bees are because the Buckfast Abbey in the UK, it's a Benedictine Abbey, which is what St. Joseph Abbey is. It's a Benedictine Abbey. So it's the same order of monks, same religious order, but we do not have any of their bees. We have St. Joseph Abbey bees. That's what we got here. Joy Doyle, hello. Easy Reader from Powder Springs, Georgia. I know your little picture by that, and so I know who you are, Easy Reader. And Tim, so you know Steve and Lee too, I assume, Tim. Oh, so getting back to my thank yous before I forget, because I will. So that was the first one from Thomas. Now, the second one, I really should show you my work apron. I'm really hard on all of my equipment. As you can tell by my bee suits, they just like, I'm just hard on it. I'm not worried about what I'm wearing. I'm worried about what I'm doing. So consequently, the clothes that I wear, they take a beating, and it's just how it is for me. And my apron, now granted, it is old. It's probably about 6 years old. And the apron that I wear, and I've had it on in several of my videos, it's basically fallen off of me. And I had Diane Perkinson, that's who it is. She sent me this really, really, really nice apron. In fact, let me see if I can open it up. I'm really anxious to use it because it's a really heavy duty canvas one. My other one was heavy duty, but look at that. So now, thanks to Diane, y'all will be seeing me sporting this really slick apron. And I wear it when I work out in the bee yard, when I'm doing boxes or anything out there, even doing wax, because it's just like I want to keep all that stuff off my clothes. But definitely in the wood shop, I'll be using this. So thank you very, very much, Diane. That is a very, very much appreciated gift. Buckley 227. Does Charlie have his own apiary? Yep, Charlie's got five or six hives. I just went over to his house just now, and Charlie loves setting swarms. He's probably caught 8 or 9 already this year. And we get over there. Oh, thank you, Lee. we get over there today, and then he's got another swarm moved into one of his traps. So Charlie is a swarm catching machine. He really is. So I think he's got 5 or 6 hives. James Carter from Northeast Texas. Hello. Thank you, Jessica, for telling everybody that. She says, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you all for doing that. That's really kind of you. John J. God bless, Jeff. Good time, Charlie and crew, for all you do for the bees and the Abbey. Look, both Charlie and I love doing what we do. Charlie, always his saying is, "Oh, I hate beekeeping." That ain't nothing the truth. Charlie's just old like me and gets more tired quicker than I do. And that's the only time he says it. But don't believe him when he says he hates beekeeping. That ain't the truth. How many bee jackets do you destroy in a year? Well, In that video with that we did 2 weeks ago, that was the second time I wore that jacket, and the arms are already ragged on because I'm using that when I'm brace myself or climbing up the ladder, and they're already wearing out. So I'm just tough on equipment. That's all there is to it. Terry Britton, got to stop talking those taking those honey showers. That's just part of the deal at this time of year. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Every time it's an overhead, I just cringe because I know what's coming. The more that honey is coming in, the more that's in there. When I cut it up, here it comes. So just part of the deal. Oh, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this name. Do you know of anyone that has a mixture of honey bandit? I live in Sweden, and we do not usually collect bees from structures. I didn't think that it was legal for you all to get feral bees. I thought that was against the law. You know, on that last video, somebody told me that vinegar will do the same thing. I don't know if that'll work, but he's a beekeeper out in California, and he says it works great. So maybe you should try vinegar. Excuse me. Misty Hills, what did I miss? Nothing except all the gifts that Tom has sent me. That's all so far. So I'm not going to say this name. Scouter Vlodsger comments, I was just watching your farting bee video. Now, you all have to understand that video I made, that was like one of the very, 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 very first videos that I made. And inside of me, there is just this kid inside of me. And sometimes I can't help it. I can't keep it contained. And he gets out and he wants to do these things. So I posted that video, and then it's called Farting Bees, Farting, Farting Bees. And I don't know, it might have like, I don't know, a couple thousand views, 10, 12,000 views, something. I don't know what it is. And everybody says, oh, that's not real. That's not real. And I swear up and down, oh, it is. It is. It's real. It's really real. And I keep saying, I can't believe National Geographic or Discovery haven't picked this up and it's gone viral. I just can't understand why that video has never gone viral. It's just sitting back there, just being itself. So I'm glad you watched the video. And for those who haven't watched the video, and if you want to see some very, very juvenile behavior, go watch Farting Bees by Mr. Red. You'll probably be disappointed, but you might laugh. I pulled 3 buckets of honey this morning. Still got about another dozen supers to extract today. So I know you're pulling the privet, and I've got very, very little of it. I was hoping to get some of it. I've got some of it out there on our hives, but I haven't gotten any chocolate. Yeah, look at that chocolate, milk chocolate. And in fact, Lee, I put, believe it or not, I've got 113 deep supers on our hives. Charlie, like y'all saw in that video the one about the video I posted on Friday, we are now up to, well, it's 214 hives, and that is like way too many beehives for me and Charlie. 150 is where I like. I'm actually selling bees now because we got to get rid of at least 40 hives we need to get rid of. So that's what we're working on, trying to get our hives back down to 150, and Charlie be happy. But I'm not going to say, I don't want to give nothing away, but I got a big surprise that everybody's going to see when we start harvesting our honey, when we're actually going out in the field and pulling our honey. And I'm not going to say anything about it yet, but I will say this: Mr. Ed bought something that was kind of expensive. Mr. Ed, what do you think about sugar honey from stores? I don't feed our bees, so I don't. whenever I feed the bees, I feed them honey. I don't feed them sugar water. The rare exception is in if I do a cutout during the hot months, summer months when we have a dearth, I will feed them sugar water because I don't have the honey to feed them. Charting has been a subject that Jeff has talked about since we were fishing together on Bayou. Yeah, I remember one time Eric and I were fishing in Bayou St. John, and back in those days, the bayou actually used to run all the way into Lake Pontchartrain. And so at that time, we actually had a little bit of salt water that would come out all the way into the bayou. And when it would do, the shiners would move up into the bayou, and they would be in big, big mass schools. And Eric and I would go out in his pirogue, and we'd cast a treble hook with a weight on the bottom and hook into the shiner, snag a shiner, and let it swim with the school. And eventually it just drops out of the school. And that's where all the bass are underneath the school. And they'll eat these fish as they come down. Well, Eric hooked onto this. It was the biggest bass we had ever seen in our life. That thing must have been 8-9 pounds. And Eric is reeling it in, and it jumps up right next to the boat, and his line breaks, and he almost cried. So I'll never forget that, Eric. I'll never forget that. That was a monster bass that you missed. Well, so Joy, the lift that we did that video with Joey Rawls. Okay, I'll tell you that part of it. Yes, we had somebody, and in fact, it actually used to be somebody I delivered his mail to him back when I was a mailman. He's now living in Houston. His name is Howard Taylor, and he called me up and said, "Jeff, I'm buying you and Charlie that lift." And so Howard bought us that lift, the same one that we were using in that video with Joey Rawls when we were moving hives. So yeah, we did get that lift, but I've got something else that I am not going to talk about because it's going to make everybody's going to, their mouths are going to just drop when they see what Mr. Ed and Good Time Charlie have got. No, Joy, you didn't know it. You guessed some of it. And I think I may have even hinted that in that video that I got to get one of those things. I know I'm missing people. Pauline Evans, hello. Let's see. You're going to go watch it again? I thought you already watched it. Danet and Jack Strana. Terry Britton. Jeff, have you guys had much rain this spring? No, our rain has been pretty meager. We're supposed to get some rain on Monday when Charlie and I are doing a cutout, but we'll be inside on that day. Yeah, I'm really kind of glad that our rainfall has been light right now, because generally it just washes all the nectar out of the privet, so we really don't have any privet. But this year, since it was so dry, I know our bees loaded up on it. That's how our bees were able to draw out all their comb, was from privet. Pauline Evans from Wales. I love the way you show your faith in everything you do and say. Have you always said thank you, Jesus? I think that started when I first started catching the queens, because it's like I'm always, believe it or not, I'm always amazed that I find the queen. And I don't always find her. Sometimes I back her. Sometimes I don't see her. But it's like I can't help. It just comes out of me. So I'm in such gratitude. I said, "Thank you, Jesus." And so now it's just habit. Now and I just say it all the time. It's just habit. You're gonna watch it again, huh? Rocket powered bees. Elise Joe Barrett would love to see what the honey house walls look like now. I promise that is coming. We really got to get through the initial nectar flow, and I've just about finished all of that. So other than my cutouts, that part of my hectic life is going to be slowing down, and I'll have a few weeks of lull, maybe 2 weeks, and at which point I promise I am going to get into the honey house and video what we have done in there with the labels and the walls and the quilt. So it's coming, I promise. Taylor boys, how are you? Been in a good flow here. It is. It's really good. Do bees really fart? You got to watch the video and just you make up your own mind. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And I will add that I still think National Geographic or the Discovery should pick this video up and broadcast. That's all I'm going to say about it. Hay in Palestine's. Is that how they take off with after the pollen? So I'm reading this from Steve Taylor boys. You had some hive losses. I just talked to Shawi today, and we have a guy up in Denham Springs, apiary, O'Neill Apiary, and he's running about 300, 350 hives. It's him, his wife, and his son-in-law. That's it. 3 people. That's their business. And one of his yards was broken into and they stole 60 hives. And they're in the Gonzales area, which is just south of Baton Rouge and north of us. So it's like there's bad things all over. And then Shawi also told me that in his nuke yard, he was getting all his nukes ready for sale. He had 50 of them ready to go. And somebody cut the chain, went in there with 4-wheelers and rolled over all his nukes. So he's, beekeepers are struggling enough, and to have these kind of things happen to them unjustly, it makes me so irritated that people would do something like that, stoop to those kind of levels to hurt somebody intentionally and not even worry about it. It's just, oh well, So there's bad in the world. That's all there is to it. Maniac Optimo. So were the Indiana's eyes bees? No, they were nice bees. Gene Hassenborough. So when you going to show us the 200 plus hives? Well, when we start pulling our honey, Charlie's gonna be shooting video, and you'll see, man, our hives this year are beautiful. I assume everybody's in our area are doing this well. Hey, Philip. We had snow 2 days ago here in Sweden, and our bee laws are from 1736. That's so sad. That's so sad. And I know, and I'm pretty sure that I'm thinking of Sweden, but that whole area, that Sweden, Finland, Norway, that I don't understand the logic of like y'all can't have feral bees, and I don't understand. That's all we have is feral bees. I did lose around 25 hives. From pesticide. Terrible, terrible. Yeah, I know they're right by you because Lee, I know you know them very well. California Mojave Gardener. Why you don't sell the beeswax? I don't make enough of it. We have enough for our bees and for the monk soap, what they need over there, and that's about it. But I tell you, I do love I love rendering the wax, and all these cutouts. I'll fill up my freezer with the wax. As soon as it's full up, boom, I render a bunch. And so, in fact, next week's video, I show a little bit of rendering of the wax after I've already done it and just dumping it out. So I'm always doing wax because I like doing it so much, but I don't have any extra to sell. Golly, temperatures are at 80 and then 90 already. We've hit 84, 85, but no. No, you spelled his name. That's correct, shall we? That's Cajun for raccoon. Hey, Dr. Bruce, farting bees. Wow, it's got 30,000 views. Hey, Dr. Bruce, how are your bees over there at Applewood Farm? Bruce Comiskey, he's got I don't know. I think he said 300 acres. They're in somewhere around Brownsville, Texas, I think. He's been telling me that I should bring Miss Mona down to the Applewood farm and work his bees for him. We might do that one day, Dr. Bruce. Diamond Family Homestead. Hit the like, everyone. Thank you. Please do. Little Klondike Outdoors. Hey, so James, I think his new name is James. Uh, uh, he's up in Jennings, Louisiana, which is right where rocket scientist Steve lives, and they actually know each other because they've met in the same bee club. And I'm thinking right now, I still have made up my mind about going to the Louisiana State Conference in Pineville this year. So I hope that if they'll make the announcement if I do decide to go, I hope to be able to meet you up there at that point. Redfish. Working bees and listening to Mr. Ed, man, life just don't get no better than that. There's no feral bees up there. Gee whiz. Kenny Strandland. Oh, Kenny, you're a member. Thank you. Oh, darn it. I already passed up. I forgot. I didn't get to read what you said. Where can I find this video with the farting bees? Go to my YouTube channel and type in farting bees and you will find it. Tom, Mr. Ed, #1 beekeeper on YouTube. No, they've got a bunch of great beekeepers. And of course, there's world famous Mike Barry, Joey Rouse, JP the Dirt Rooster, JP the Bee Man, the Dirt Rooster. Oh, look at that, Steve. Man, the next 5 people, you all are lucky because Steve just gifted you membership. And as a member of my channel, you get to some special perks. You get to watch the videos early and members only videos. So Steve, thank you so much for doing it. Those people will definitely appreciate. So that's DCBs, Danet and Jack Strana, Professional Zombie, and you're a longtime watcher, and DR and Toggle Woggles. Wow, all you guys are now members of my channel, at least for a month. So it's a 1-month membership. Thanks to Steve Amos. Thank you, Steve, for doing that for them people. And that way they can experience what a membership is all about too. Still waiting to come back to Norfolk, huh? You know, the Arkansas, our days of going to Arkansas, we every October we go up to Arkansas and fish that White River and what's the reserve? But we fish that every year, and it's such a great time at Gaston's. Then we went to Newlands. That's where we wound up staying at Newlands for years and years. And it was the 5 F's: friends, fishing, fun, fire, and food. That was all about it. It was all retired mailmen, 6 of us, and man, it was just a wonderful time. And I don't know if I'm ever going to be doing that anymore. I'm a homebody now. I like staying right here in my area. Heck, I don't even like going to Walmart. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for doing that for those people too. Y'all catching any fish? Charlie is. That's why Charlie didn't go wrangling bees with me yesterday. I had to do the cutout by myself. And Charlie was catching big 20-inch trout yesterday. On the last video you posted, the angry bees, you only wore a bee jacket. Did you get stung? Of course I got stung. I don't know. I did show it. I saw it when I watched the video. At one point where my jacket lifted up in the back and they nailed me across the backside. Charlie got nailed a couple of times on his chest, arms, but I got bunches on my chest. But once that initial removal happened, those bees shut down. I mean, you saw even at the end, we weren't even wearing our jackets. Those bees, they just more than likely, and somebody commented on it, they were queenless and they were just agitated. And whether they're queen, because I know that hive swarmed. And so possibly the queen never came back or something happened to her, but they were queenless, and there wasn't any brood in there for them to make an emergency cell. So I've already requeened those bees, so they're fine. They're fine. I'm trying to read these comments. Looking for pure beeswax for my wife. I just don't sell the beeswax. I really don't. Yeah, well, now our laws changed, so you can only keep one trout over 21 inches. So Charlie's at 20 inches. He can keep as many. We can limit out on 15 now. Steelhead is really good too. How many supers do you think you'll get from the angry bees? It filled 2 deeps, and I've already got the honey super on those bees, and they're up in their drawn comb right now. This has been the best year for our bees that I can ever remember of drawing comb. And in the video, past video, and I talked about how many frames I put out. I put out 1,600 frames. Most of those went into my brood boxes, but 100 of those boxes, so that's 1,000 frames, went into honey supers. And you all will see when we start pulling our honey supers just how beautiful of a frame of honey on a brand new frame looks. It is the epitome of honey right there. When you pull out one of those frames and it weighs 10 pounds, it's like, and it's all white like snow. Poof, man, make my heart pitter right now. Not Zilla. Now look, that the bee farting video, you look, it's very, very juvenile. I'm telling you, it's juvenile, but that's just still a part of me, and I can't get over that part. But I think you all will laugh if you watch it. Oh, you're gonna love the tallow, and the picture the thumbnail that I used for this video right here. I took 10 minutes before I shot it. So the tassels, they're just coming out. They're only an inch long right now. So we're still 2 weeks, 3 weeks before they're even going to be starting hanging down, and then another few days. So they're right on schedule as far as coming into bloom. It's you'll see right as our privet is tapering off, our tallow is coming out. As it matures, the privet will then be gone, and boom, tallow goes, and the bees move right from privet to tallow, and then our honey supers fill up. Yay! Going to be a banner year for honey. I think so too. For us, I think we'll be doing very. I know anything was better than last year. Last year we had about maybe 100 gallons, where normally we get 400 gallons, 4+. So it was a terrible year last year. Somebody side says, I watched the bee farting video. Well, how was it? This year was truly slow in Jamaica. It started in March. I don't know what else will surprise us this year. Have you had a very late season where you were worried? Last year was my worry year. This year, oh man, I'm dancing. This year was a good year. So, but it's beekeeping, it's farming. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. It's farming. Hey, Lisa! Wow, where have you been? Oh, look at that. Phil has wait a minute. I don't think you can these people already. Okay, so Phil has gifted 5 more people. Cheryl Hoyt, Easy Reader, you're a lucky dude. Misty Hill, Gunline Bees again. Tim, you got lucky again. And Kathleen. Golly. Lisa, how are you? Good that you dropped in. I can't believe, as much as you got going on, that you stopped by this afternoon. How do you requeen a hive, and where do you get it from? Actually, world famous Mike Barry and I, uh, he gave me a queen, a virgin queen that he had, and I requeened that was not the double hive, it was another hive, and it was he shot the video, but he was in the van because the bees were all over, and we put the queen in the cage on there. You should have seen the bees they just ran on her, so I knew they wanted her, and I knew they were queenless. And I opened up that thing, and she just walked around and, whoop, and just dropped down. And if a hive is queenless, they are wanting a queen, and you can just about introduce a new queen to them like that, and they'll take her. Otherwise, you have to be a little careful because they will kill her too, and that's happened to me. Hot and sweaty, taking a break from fertilizing, potting up plants. Well, thank you for taking a break and putting Mr. Ed on the break time with you. Hey, Phil, great to see you on the channel here. And those people, they really appreciate it. I met Phil for the first time at the Nabi last year, and I'm looking forward to meeting him again and seeing all of you all. All right, wait, that reminds me. Speaking of the Nabi, let me do the next thank you that I've got to that I should have done on the last live video, and that one this he was a vendor at the Nabi, and it is the bee catcher. This is what it is right here, and he sent me 2 of these, and this is the little letter that he sent with me, and it says directions for using. Oh, it's the swarm reacher. And that's trademark. He says the swarm reacher TM is a handy gadget that can be attached to any screw top pole. Window washer extension pole works best. So here is the holder that he makes. And I think these things were like $10, I think. And what you do, oh, let me finish reading it. Let me just finish reading the letter. Next, attach a large hive frame with some dark brood comb, just like this. Oh, you got to get your extension pole and your frame of brood, and you take the catcher and you put it on the frame like that, and then you tighten this little tightening screw. And now it's secure on the frame. And now you can take your pole and you're going to just screw it into the holder. And then you take that attached frame, and let me read you what he says. Next, attach a large hive frame with some dark brood comb. If you don't have this, we caught with plain wax or partial comb. Then just press the frame into a swarm until it is covered on both sides with bees, and lower it into the new box. Oh, look at this. Look who's calling me right now. You see, he's jealous that I'm talking to you all, and he wants to call. Wait, I'm going to tell him. Let me tell him something. He'll have to call back. So it says, you might have to repeat several times. Thus, it is handy to have an extra swarm reacher until you catch the queen. So that's why they sent me 2 of them. So I actually, in the description of this video, I left the website where you can go to if you're interested in purchasing some of the swarm reachers. And for those that went to the Nabi, everybody saw this because he had this thing up in the air, like about 20 feet up in the air, waving around, because you could tell that's where his booth was. So thank you all for sending me the swarm reacher. Let me set that down. All right. And all right, let me see. Did I miss any comments? Steve, answer it. No, I'm not going to answer the rooster. He can call back. We talk twice a day sometimes. All right, good. Oh, he's calling me back. All right, let's answer it. All right. Are you there? Because now everybody look said they said pick up the phone, pick up the phone. So I picked it up.
I'm here.
What? How? Hey, are you on a remove right now or a swarm capture? What are you doing?
I'm editing video with Eric Diamond, Diamond Family Homestead. So hey, Mr. Ed's doing a live.
Yeah, me and Charlie went and checked out some jobs this morning, and I said, Charlie, I got to get back. I want to go live today and thank some people. So that's what I'm doing. So look, you go back to editing your video because nobody wants to talk to you. I got 20 people wanting to ask me questions. So good luck on that video. We'll all be looking for it.
Have fun. I'm watching.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye. The 628 Dirt Rooster live, where hobby beekeeping is a way of life, right? So, all right, we did that one. Now, this is another gift that I am really, really sorry that I did not address earlier. They sent this to me literally 2 months ago, and it's been sitting on my desk. I meant to talk about it the last, hello Annette, the last video, and I just forgot about it. And I got that's what happens. I forget. So let's get to this. Is like the nicest gift package I have received in a long time. It's not from one person. It's from 5 different people, and they're all. All right. So let me read the letter that they sent, and then I'm gonna show you what they sent. It says, "Hello, Mr. Ed," and this is from Gina Brown. Greetings from New Hampshire. A group of us from our local bee club, MVBA, Mamaroneck Valley Beekeepers Association, road trip to Abbey this year. We had a fantastic time, and I would highly recommend, if you all are able to attend Cayman's Expo in Louisville next year, and I think the dates are already set. I think it's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of January. It's a few days early. It's right after New Year's. I know that. You will not be disappointed. It is absolutely, in my opinion, the best bee conference there is out there, at least in North America. At least it's just fantastic. One of the many highlights of our trip was the opportunity to meet you, and that's why I would go. Why I go to the Navi is because I want to meet you all as well. I am so appreciative of all my viewers. You know, you don't have to be a member on the channel. Just if you watch my videos, I'm so appreciative of that fact, because you're spending your time, which you could be doing, you know, whatever with, but no, you choose to watch Mr. Ed and his craziness. And I'm very, very appreciative of it. And last year on the Thursday of the Navi, I stayed in one spot for 5 hours because I couldn't even move. They had so many people. There was actually a line of people wanting to talk to me, shake my hand, take a picture. It's just, please, if you any conference that I attend, I strongly encourage you to overcome any fear you have. Come up to me and talk to me, because I really do want to talk. In fact, the T-shirt that I'm wearing right now, let's see, this was from the big bee buzz. That was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that I went to, and those guys, they were a fantastic conference, and they treated me like I was a king. It's like I'm so not used to being treated that way. The monks here, they treat me terrible, you know, but at least they feed me, so that's a good thing. Well, let's get back to our letter. One of the many highlights of our trip was the opportunity to meet you. We are all big fans of your channel. When we learned of your label request for the honey house, we thought it would be fun to send our labels to you together and make the package something special. And these people did. All right, so let me show you. Let me show you their picture first. Enclosed, you will find a group photo, labels, and honey from each of our apiaries. And here's the picture of them. So from left to right, The first one is the Brass Bee Apiary, and that's Maurice Evans. The second one is Hive and Honey, and that's Gina Brown. The guy in the middle, the big guy in the middle, that's Big Mike's Raw Honey, or Mike Menino. Standing next to him, Royal Queens Apiaries, LLC, Leonardo Hanequis, and then Nice Bees Apiaries, Dot Miller. Now, here's all those people, that's them, and here's the honey that they sent. Well, let me say it's, let's see. The first one is from Gina Brown, and it's actually not to me. It's for Mona. It's some creamed honey, and let's see. There you go. There's her label. Let's see if I can get it right. There you go. There you. That's the right way. There you go. Hives and Honey. Beautiful label. Beautiful. The next one is, let's see, Hives and, oh, well, that's the same one, Hives and Honey. This is from Gina as well. Hives and Honey, that's her same label. Look at that. That's how pretty that is. The next one is from, let's see who it is. The Brass Bee. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love the bottle too. And look at that. You got a nice bee label, wax label on that, on the top of that. That's really nice. Good touch. I bet you these things sell really, really nice. The next one is from Royal Queens Apiary. Right there. And finally, Big Mike. Big Mike's Raw Honey. And he sent one for me and one for Charlie. So to all the New Hampshire beekeepers, thank you all so very, very much. Very sorry for the tardiness and the delay in expressing my gratitude for your honey. Oh, and then they all sent labels as well. So speaking of the labels, and I mentioned it kind of before about the honey house. If you are interested in sending me your label, because I'm still collecting them, to put on our wall of our honey house. And eventually I will get them up, hopefully within this next month. And then I'll shoot the video on all the labels that'll be up on the wall and highlighting some of them, I'm sure. But so many of those of you all that sent me labels also sent a letter with it. And it is so endearing to me to read these letters. And I really would want to read them all. It's just not possible for me to do it. But I want everyone to know that has taken the time to send me labels, and especially to add a letter of appreciation and gratitude to me, how grateful I am to receive that, and know that I really do appreciate that, the fact that you took the time to put it in an envelope, write a letter, put a stamp on it, and actually send it to me, because it is going to go on the wall, and it will be shown soon. It will be shown. So if you want to send me a label, I actually left my address, that if you want to send me something, whether it's honey, and I'll always take that, a letter, anything, a request to buy our honey, that's in there. So I left my address as well as my email address if you want to contact me that way as well. Look at that, JJ. Hello. You too, JJ. Always a pleasure to hear from you. Bee enthusiast Peter. Greetings from the UK. Hey, Peter. Oh, thank you. Glad you enjoy watching them. Steve Amos, you must know like everybody. Dominican beekeeper. Greetings from the Caribbean. Hot dog. Larry Gooden. Thank you, Larry. Oh, thank you, Annette. Annette, the last time when I shot that video. You see, it's not up in the corner there, right there anymore, and that's because I still haven't put it back up on the wall. This is the little gift that Annette sent me. And Annette, why don't you write again? What kind of beads are these? She made this for me and sent it to me. So it is up on the wall, but not right now because I haven't put it back up on the wall yet. Terry Wheelock, hello. Send me some honey. Look, all you gotta do is send me some money, and I'll send you some honey. You're not gonna send me some honey. You're gonna send the monk some honey. That's because everything that I do is for the benefit of the monks. I'm just a volunteer, casket worker, volunteer bee worker, just like Charlie, Wreck-It Ralph, Julio. We all donate our time, talents, and energies for the monks, and because we're so appreciative of what they do for us. Look at this, Gunlot Tim. You done gifted, let's see, the Morris Homestead, Wild Chamois, Big Daddy Niners, Phil Goddard, Alice. Golly, you guys are lucky because Tim from Gunline Bees has gifted you all a membership to my channel. Now it's only good for 1 month, so it's like a trial run kind of thing, that you will be able to see the benefits of being a member. And there's not a lot of membership benefits other than when you become a full-time member. I do give you a name shout out, and you get special previews of the videos. You get watch the videos a few days before they're posted, like 2 or 3 days before Friday's post. You get to watch it. And then finally, the third one is I do make members only videos that only members can watch, or everybody, all the viewers see the video has been posted, but only if you're a member, you have to be a member to watch it. So all of you all that have been gifted so far, that's 10 of you all have been gifted memberships. You all will see, I'm getting ready to post a members only video within the next couple of days. So you all will be able to watch that. So Terry, just go to the website and it'll tell you how to get in touch with me to get buy some of our Abbee honey. Congrats to y'all. You too, Easy Reader. I'm glad that. So I know you're a pretty recent viewer, so you're right there on the ground level coming in. So you do good. Santos Lugo, hello, Mr. Ed. I'm a big fan. Haven't learned a lot from your videos. Oh, good. From Boca Raton, Florida. Boy, what a beautiful place that is down there. Wow. Well, I'm glad that you find some of this stuff I put out there useful for you. I really am. Now, look at this dirty rag. The Dirt Rooster sent me $10. Now, there's a good story here, and I know why he did this. So when Randy and I had been talking about memberships, beginning the membership program, because both he and I had been asked several times from viewers, is there anything they can do to help us? And being that they're viewers, there's not a lot that they really can do other than watch the videos, which is a lot. That's great. Watch the videos. But they want to do more. And so both of us feel in the same way. It's like, well, if we start the membership program, then we can ask a very nominal fee to become a member, which is it's a once a month charge on your credit card. Mine's $4.99. Randy's, I think, is $5.99, and your card will be charged that. Well, when I decided to start doing it, I believe in November, and Randy he just hesitated doing it. And when I said I'm going to go do it, he says, "Well, I'm going to be a member. I'm going to become your first member." And I said, No, I don't want you to be a member. Don't do that. Do not do that. I don't want you to be a member on my channel. We do enough together. You don't need to be a member on my channel. You'll see whatever I do anyway. So I told him don't be a member. Well, 3 months pass, and now Randy, Randy starts his membership program. And so you know what I did the first thing? As soon as he started, boom, I became a member on his channel. So I know that's why he did that. He threw that $10 in at me for that reason. So thank you, Dirt Rooster. And also let y'all know that, yeah, Randy is ahead in the swarm caption right now. Sherry Cheney. Oh, wow. I'm glad you got to see us. I know it's kind of late because I really got to get going. It's already 2:15, something like that. What time is it? 3:20. Yeah. Like let's 3:30, and then I got to go. Okay, guys. So let's see. Let's see. If you got questions, you better ask us. Now I'm looking. Richard James. Freezing here in England. Oh my gosh, we hit 84 today. Stung 3 times. Nice, very nice. And it's 123 over where you are, DC. Well, we still. So anybody got a question? I'm reading the comments. So I thanked everybody. Oh, yeah, I did say that I talked about our honey supers, and that's really I really have been working a lot in our yards, trying to get all of our bees up to date, make sure we got room on them. And poor Mike Barry, since he works, he doesn't have the freedom that I've got. I don't know if I'm going to update the Angry Bee video. We'll see. I got so many hives that I really want to update on, and I'm thinking about that one because it really does warrant it. So Mike Barry, he works, and he's jealous that I get to go work our bees at my leisure, basically, and he's struggling. And his bees this year, because they're just growing so fast, he's losing bees to swarming. And he just at one point he just threw his hands up and said, "Man, whatever." So last Saturday, Mike and I took the day and we went. Well, that I'm not going to talk about what we did, but we went somewhere to buy something from Mr. Ed. And Mike took the day off, and he went with me, and we got it. So you all will see that. Look at that, Brother Michael. Hello. What is tallow? Tallow is it's an invasive tree. It's Chinese tallow, and the foresters here in Louisiana, they can't stand it because it'll take over clear-cut areas. When they go in clear-cut areas, it'll take over. But beekeepers, we love it because it is our biggest honey crop of the year. It's so prolific and abundant, and it's such a nectar producer. So I love it. The foresters hate it. Most painful place you've got stung? I hate getting stung in the nose and on the ears. Those are, for me, those are the worst part. And yesterday I took one. That back, that's what that red spot is on my nose right there. I took one on the nose yesterday. I was working the bees. The hive was above me, and when you do that, the mass falls down, and that bee got me between the eyes. Boy, that'll bring some tears right away. Bam! Oh my goodness. How do you keep the bees from swarming? Splitting them. You split your hives. That's the most assured way of not getting your bees to swarm, by splitting them. And I got several videos, different years on me using the techniques that I use, double screen dividing boards and swarm cells. That's how I do my splits. What would hurt between that would hurt between stung on the berries? You guys are bad. Don't be saying that. Look at that, Robert. Good to have you along, brother. Hey, Robert, how many cutouts do you do a year? Thank you, Sherry. God bless you too. Twice in the neck. That's not bad. In the neck's not bad. It's just, man, the ears and the nose for me. Oh, I hate that. Tim got stung inside his. I can't read that part. Inside his nose. Oh my gosh. Yeah, duct tape is a great way to cover up holes. My bee suit had holes all in the arms. They would get inside those holes, both of them. They get inside there and then they work through that inside mesh and bam, 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 bam. They start stinging. No, you don't have to keep it small. You just have to you just have to keep once you split it, you just keep adding space to it so they'll stay inside that contained space. No, you're not going to get honey if you keep it small. Is there a radio on in the background? No, I'm alone in the shop today. So my office is in the wood shop. John J, Mr. Ed, love the videos. Are you and the Dirt Rooster having a swarm competition? Yep, we're still doing it. Hey, James Ertz from Minnesota. Well, how many is not too many, Robert? I don't understand how those guys can work in shorts. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I'm not man enough to go out there without a beast jacket. I'll wear my long pants and my boots because I hate getting stung on the ankles. I always wear boots. Ripple effect. In your double deep, how many frames of brood do you normally have? It's generally going to be about 10 or 12 frames of brood. The rest, it's resources, honey, pollen. That's what it is. In the long hives, it's real easy to see because the first 9, 10, 11 frames, that's brood frames. There's honey in it, but that's where the brood is. And after that, boom, it's honey after that. So regardless of whether it's, a horizontal or a longitude hive, 9, 10, 11 frames of brood is normal. At least that's what I find. All right, all right, 4 more minutes. If you got questions, you got 4 minutes to ask. How many people watched? 118. That's pretty. Oh, 113 thumbs up. Thank you all very much for that. Wow, that'll make the rooster jealous. Adding space is the best way to stop or prevent swarm prevention. Not stop swarm prevention, but to stop the bees from swarming. Do you like double deeps better than singles? I run double deep brood boxes. That's what we run. Some people run single deeps for their brood boxes. I do double deep brood boxes and a single double deep for my honey super. No, I don't like suits. I just wear a jacket. I don't care about if I get stung. That's all right. Jeans, that's fine. I don't care if I get stung in my legs. That's fine. Do you scan your hives for killer bees? No, I don't do anything with my bees, but we don't in our part of Louisiana, we don't have any Africanized bees, or there's very few documented cases of Africanized bees here. Should I add supers before the flow starts? The way, and this is why I was so busy last week, I only keep just ahead of the bees. I don't want to give them too much space. I want them to fill up, draw out the comb, and when the comb is drawn out, boom, then I'll add the space. Because if you add the space, it seems like it just puts the brake on them and they stop everything. So let them build up and then bam, then I throw it. That's how I do it. I don't know if that's correct, but it works for me. Leonore C. How many bees in the angry bee cutout? Seems like there were probably 30,000 in that one. We've had more, but on that job we did use 2 vacs to vacuum all those bees. Hey Russ, good to see you. Look, you got in at the last second because I'm leaving in just a few more minutes. And Russ, I'm ready for you to come back when we start harvesting. I'm gonna give you a notice, and if you're free, you're welcome to come down and help us do it. Because I'm gonna send you a picture of something, Russ. I'm gonna send you a picture. Do you have drawn comb? What all type of bees you have? All of our bees are feral bees, are cutouts, and then they're splits from our cutouts. So I've never bought. Well, I did buy bees in the very beginning of a Abbee Honey operation, but since 2012, I've never bought bees. It's from cutouts and splits, swarm catches. They're all Heinz 57 bees. My neighbor could benefit if I had bees. My concern is getting overwhelmed. Yeah, sometimes having bees is a bit tricky, especially intimidating, for new beekeepers. But, join a bee club, learn about it, watch YouTube videos from people in your area, and do what they do. Get a mentor. There's lots of things to bolster that level of confidence that you have in bees. Mutts. That's right. Our bees are mutts, Joy. Does the vac kill any of the bees? The Everything Bee Vac is like the best vac out there, in my opinion. I really have stopped using my RoboVac because it worked fantastic. Didn't kill bees, hardly. But its biggest issue was the size and weight of it. The Everything Bee Vac handles, it can handle 15,000 bees in that container, no problem. It works for hours and hours. It is, in my opinion, the Bee Vac for me, and I will highly recommend it to anybody. So I just love my Bee Vac, the Everything Bee Vac, and that's Tony Adrick is the inventor, creator of it. And you go to allmybees.com and you'll find all the information. In fact, I'll put a link to his website in there for you as well, for anybody interested in finding out about the Bee Vac that I'm now using on our cutouts. All right, guys, it is now 3:31. Me and Mona. 3:31. So let's call a wrap. So I really appreciate everybody stopping by this afternoon. Look, even Lee from Kodiak Farms, he says he loves his Everything Bee Vac. And Tony has sold hundreds of them. And Tony goes to almost every show. He's selling those Bee Vacs. He's getting it out there. And lots of mom and pops stores sell them. I remember he initially offered that to Man Lake, and Man Lake, they didn't want anything to do with it. So, that's their loss. Tony is really doing great with that. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching, and I'll be making more. God bless. Mr. Ed, I am out of here until the next video. God bless everybody. Let's see. There we go. End. God bless.